We are staying on top of breaking news out of Baltimore that will impact your morning commute. The Key Bridge has collapsed after being hit by a large ship.
You can see the bridge come down in this dramatic video captured by Stream Time Live. Here's a closer look of the video. It's just a devastating situation unfolding in Baltimore. In the last 10 minutes, Maryland Governor Wes Moore issued a state of emergency. He also sent us a statement saying that he is working with federal leaders to get help to crews on the ground right now.
This collapse happened around 1:30 this morning, and our crews have been on top of it ever since.
And we have since heard from Maryland Governor Wes Moore about the bridge collapse. Within the last 15 minutes, his statement reads, "I have declared a state of emergency here in Maryland, and we are working with an interagency team to quickly deploy federal resources from the Biden administration."
The governor also says that we are thankful for the brave men and women who are carrying out efforts to rescue those involved, and we pray for everyone's safety. Our Jacqueline Quinn and Jess Arnold are on the ground there in Baltimore getting a closer look at the search and rescue missions going on right now. And Lindsay Nance has detours to get you around the traffic issues that this is causing.
But first, let's get right out to that bridge right now. Jacqueline Quinn standing by. Jacqueline, let's start with you. I know you've been getting pieces of information from first responders on the scene. What have you learned so far at this hour?
Yeah, so they're still looking for people trapped in the water at this time, but it's really unbelievable to think that this ramp here, and you can see police blocking off the area here, leads to the Key Bridge at a certain point. You would have seen lights lighting up the area all the way with a steep incline, cars driving over it, but that's not what you see right now because this bridge has collapsed at this point. So Baltimore Fire has come out saying that this morning they got the call around 1:30 that this had happened. Now they have multiple agencies out here in what is now a massive rescue effort to save the people who were crossing the bridge at the time that this cargo ship hit the bridge and caused it to fall into the water. Now we're waiting to talk with officials about why and how this really happened, but we can see from video that was captured of this collision that this cargo ship crashed into the Francis Scott Key Bridge towards the center, taking out pillars, a support beam, then bringing the rest of the spans down like dominoes. And if you don't know, this is usually a heavy industrial area for shipping, so a lot of trucks use I-695. That's been shut down in both directions. In fact, we had to go through multiple street closures just to get here. Now, on our way here, we did hear from Baltimore Fire telling reporters they're looking for 7 people. That number may be higher. We're going to get an update here. We're expecting it about 7 to confirm if maybe it's 20 at this point out of the water. Now, there may also be a tractor trailer in the water that's fallen into the Baltimore Harbor as well. We know dive team members are in the water as we speak with this effort to save trapped drivers. Now, at the time that we've been here, we've seen vehicles responding, helicopters, searchlights definitely going on out here. This is definitely going to go on for hours. And you know, we haven't really talked about this yet, but this is something that we're hoping to ask officials here at this press conference that we think will happen at 7 today. We're understanding that the MDOT secretary will be out here. Is the impact to shipping? Just as traffic is being delayed around this area, there's potentially a lot of ships trying to get through this area, and you know, parts of the bridge are in the water at this time. Again, we're going to be asking some of those questions at the briefing that we expect to happen at 7 for now in Dundalk. I'm Jacqueline Quinn. We'll send it back to you.
Hey, yeah, we are out here on Fort Armistead Road, and this is one of the entranceways to the bridge that these first responders have been using. They have it blocked off to traffic, of course, because that bridge is collapsed, and so that they can have sole access to try to help the people that are believed to have gone into the water. We've been hearing reports that as many as 20 people are believed to be in there that they're searching for. We've seen many search and rescue crews coming and going from here. I'm going to give you a look at what we're seeing right now. A couple of first responders down the road. They're blocking off this way. As I mentioned, we've seen Prince George's County fire trucks out here, and Arundel County is helping to respond. Multiple boats have been taken into the area to try to go forward with this search and rescue effort. We also just got in a statement from the Anne Arundel County executive saying that, you know, of course, this bridge was struck by a container ship this morning, totally collapsed. He said that he's going to stand by and pray for the drivers on the bridge, construction workers on the bridge, crew on the ship, and their families. Now, we've also talked to neighbors who live nearby who saw that video of that bridge collapsing or had heard about what happened from friends and family and came over here as close as they could get to try to find out, any information they could and see, what they could see from this vantage point. Of course, we're just a bit too far away to see the bridge or the water at this point. Now, when it comes to the water, I do want to talk about this ship for a moment here. We've been looking at the website Vessel Finder to try to learn more. Now, they say this was a container ship at the time flying a Singapore flag called Dali. It's about 984 feet long and a little over 150 feet wide at its widest point. Again, that's according to that website. We're also still working to learn if there are any crew members from that ship that might have gone into the water, if there's any fuel leaking in there, and as Jacqueline mentioned, how this is going to affect other ships that are trying to go in and out of that port. But when it comes to those neighbors who have come out here to the location where we are on Fort Armistead Road, I want you to hear from one of them we talked to just a little over an hour ago.
We saw everything on social media. They say it's broke down, everything. I said, no, maybe it's fake. My friend said, let's go see. I say, go ahead, let's see. So as we pull up in there, this is real for real because the police was blocking the road and the highway, everything.
Yeah, clearly this is not fake. This is very real, and this is going to have serious repercussions, of course, on the folks involved and on anyone who uses that bridge on a daily basis. One of the people who came out here said this is probably going to add about 45 minutes to his commute for work. I saw when I was driving up from the D.C. area, a bunch of signs advising that this bridge was not accessible and to take alternate routes. I know Lindsay has us covered on all of the detours there, but this is going to have a huge impact. We'll look to hear more again at that press conference scheduled for 7 a.m. For now, though, I'll send it back to you.
About 30 minutes. Right now, though, as just mentioned, we do want to get over to Lindsay for workarounds on the traffic issues this is causing.
Yes, 95 and 895 are going to be your best detours. This is going to have a massive impact on everyone driving through Baltimore, though. So if you have family there, friends, family, loved ones, or if you know anyone commuting to Baltimore, please let them know. Again, 695 both ways completely closed down and will be for quite some time. Here's a live look from Sky 9 flying over the scene of that bridge collapse for you. Really dark, but we can see where it starts to go in the water. And here's what the interstates in Anne Arundel County look like. This is about as close as I can get you to where that bridge collapse and closure really begins. This is 695 around I-97. 97 and 95 are going to be your best bet if you are heading from D.C. towards Baltimore. Here's where we're completely closed down. Again, the Key Bridge 695 or the Baltimore Beltway. That closure begins around exit 1, spanning all the way towards exit 44, both directions. If you're in D.C. this morning or in the DMV trying to head northbound, I would take 95 or 97. Once you're in towards downtown Baltimore, you can continue onto 95 over the river, or again, you've got 895 as your detour in either direction. Of course, I will let you know as soon as we do see some progress, but expect a really heavy police presence and a ton of detours if you are planning a trip through Baltimore. In Springfield, we still have this crash on the outer loop of the Beltway around Braddock Road. We'll take a live look at how this is impacting traffic, and I'll have your updated drive times coming up.
Stick with us as this breaking situation in Baltimore continues to develop. For updates anytime, you can download the WUSA 9 app right on your phone or watch us anytime on the free WUSA 9 Plus streaming app.